Salman Khurshid, let me start by asking you what actually determined the decision of Parliament to pass this resolution. In many ways, it seems to have been a reaction to Pakistan's Assembly resolution, its National Assembly resolution, and not our own initiative. If we wanted to pass this resolution, why not on our own? Why reacting to Pakistan?
Well, I think that's not a very relevant question. This was, in fact, directly in response to the resolution that was passed by the Pakistan National Assembly, and it was to repudiate, reject it, and to say that this is unacceptable. So in that sense, you call it reactive, call it in response, or call it whatever you like, but certainly it was Indian Parliament felt that they should be able to say to the Pakistani National Assembly that this is not acceptable, this is wrong. Governments do exchange note verbals and do exchange protest letters, and ministers often exchange matters of concern, but this was Parliament representing the whole country that wanted to react and respond to something that was done by the representative assembly on the other side, and that's the reason why this common consensus built up, and the Speaker and of the House and the chairperson of the upper house then read out a common statement of a resolve of the House.
But the resolution today talks about how there is no doubt that it is the Pakistan army that is responsible for the ceasefire violations. Now, this is interesting because initially your government was very ambiguous. Do you regret that ambiguity, and do you have enough evidence to lay at the door of Pakistan, because Pakistan continues to deny this?
Well, you know, there are two levels of proof. One proof is what prima facie satisfies you, and another level of proof is what can satisfy a disinterested party or an interested other party. So you sometimes accept proof at a certain level for yourself, but the onus that is put on you to provide proof to the other side is much greater. And therefore, I think we shouldn't really be talking about these two things in the same breath. We had, and I want to make this very clear, we had moved from stage to stage depending on the information that was available at each stage. At the first stage, the Defence Minister had field level information available, and he used that to speak to the House and to convey it to the House. Subsequently, the visit of the Chief of Army Staff brought in more information and a more detailed briefing to the Defence Minister. So the Defence Minister then disclosed that to Parliament, and in a sense the evolving situation, more information coming in, better analysis of the information that's come in, and a presentation. So there was never a departure, never a reluctance to put the blame where it is deservedly put, and an honest and pragmatic sense was given to the House, as we should have done. And I think it's important that this should not be controverted or pulled into a controversy that is completely unnecessary.
But what about the many contradictions in the Pakistan policy of this government? We understand that diplomacy is to be adaptive and therefore has to be flexible and react to new information. But the fact of the matter is that today Nawaz Sharif has sent Independence Day greetings, and in that he has expressed a desire to open a fresh chapter with India in bilateral relations. We believe that the Prime Minister has also sent similar greetings to Pakistan. And in fact, let's get the graphics up of those two contrasting statements. The Prime Minister Salman Khurshid also sends Independence Day greetings. These are not put in the public domain. Yet we know from our sources that the Prime Minister's message yesterday, in contrast to the Parliament statement, talks about keeping the peace process in continuity. Isn't there a contradiction between the Prime Minister's greetings as he's expressed them to Nawaz Sharif and Parliament's resolution today?
Well, truthfully, I think blind consistency in matters so complicated as diplomacy and relations between India and Pakistan, given the really let us say unique and sometimes distressing historical background that we have, blind consistency would be pretty senseless, because situations demand different responses, reactions. We cannot allow ego, and we cannot allow a sense of affront to dictate every response, but certainly vigilance, care, experience of the past, and the supreme national interest at every given time.